Good day, viewers. So, by the way, my name is Jelia Hugarap del Carmen. From your black, from your subject. So, this is our assigned topic. This is what we called state tax. So, the meaning of transfer taxes. So, what do you mean by transfer taxes? This one. So, transfer taxes are those imposed upon the gratuitous disposition of private property. So, under our law, they are taxes levied on the transmission of property from a decedent or deceased to his heirs or from a donor to a donee. The first are referred to as death taxes. So, what are the kinds of death taxes? What are those? So, first is what we call estate tax. So, estate tax is a tax on the right of the deceased person to transmit his estate to his lawful heirs or beneficiaries and certain transfer by the decedent during his lifetime, which are made by the law the equivalent of testamentary dispositions. It is divided upon the total net value of the property of a deceased person. For the second one of the kinds of death taxes, I just wanted to apologize first because this presentation of mine is so simple and I think it won't satisfy, it won't meet your standard. I have no enough learning tools, so I prefer to use only a mobile phone. So I'm so sorry, ma'am. So the second one is what we called inheritance tax. This one, inheritance tax. So inheritance tax is a tax on the right of the heirs or beneficiaries to receive the estate of the deceased person. It is levied upon the part of an estate which each heir receives. Note, the law, so there's a note, the law imposes only an estate tax. Inheritance tax is no longer imposed. Both taxes have been integrated into an estate tax. So the rate of estate tax, like income tax, are also progressive or graduated. So let's move on to the nature. So let's move into the nature of estate tax. So the nature of estate tax, it is not a direct tax on property, nor is it a capitation tax, that is, the tax is laid neither on the property nor on the transferor or the transferee, but on the right of the decedent to transmit his estate. In other words, it is an excise tax. So the tax implies, so this one, so the tax implies when the property passes from the decedent to the estate and is based on the fair market value of the property being transferred. It has nothing to do with income. So may labot sa income. So let's move on to the purpose of the tax. There are two purposes of the tax. There are two types of death taxes. So the purpose of the tax. Purpose of the tax. So the purpose, the estate and inheritance taxes are two types of death taxes. There are two types of death taxes. So the first one is one, they are imposed at high rates to help reduce undue concentration of wealth in society, to which the receipt of inheritance is contributing factor. So their imposition, the second one, their imposition is also, as you can see, so the imposition is also justified on the ground that is clearly conforms with the widely accepted principle of ability to pay, since the beneficiaries receive assets which are in the nature of unearned wealth or windfall, thereby creating an ability to pay tax. So the meaning of net estate. So net estate means gross estate less allowable deductions and specific exemptions. So that's all. So for today, thank you for viewing. Thank you for viewing my reporting about the topic estate tax, pumping and gas. Thank you.